For the cheapest and fastest Madden coins on the market, check out my sponsor dvdj.com and use code SWIFT at checkout for 10% off. So Swift family, and today I'm coming back at you guys with another Madden 20 tip video, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you a really nice running scheme in Madden 20. Now, right now, the meta is definitely to run the ball in Madden, so this scheme will help you out a ton, and honestly, it's in a lot of different playbooks, so it will probably be in yours, whichever playbook you run in Ultimate Team. Now, quickly, before I get into the video, I'm actually also going to be dropping a run defense, I believe in 2 days, so be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on that video. As well as any other tip videos that I post on the channel. And yeah, without further ado, drop a like down below, comment TSF in the comment section if you're in Notification Squad or you're just a loyal TSF member, and let's get into this. So we'll run it against a random play on defense, and this is going to be out of the single back the I form wing, not single back, my bad. So you really just want to have a good running back, pretty fast running back, and it's also low-key important to have a good fullback as well as blocking tight end. So you could sub in an extra offensive lineman if you wanted to right here, and then put in your better blocking tight end there, and that is something I would recommend you guys do because there are not many pass plays out of this formation. So the main run plays that I'm going to be going over today are the Stretch Alert X Lukey, the Power Alert X Smoke, and HB Lead Dive. So the stretch play is just your basic stretch. You have two tight ends on the right side to help you block it up, and you have the fullback who's going to be able to provide a nice little lead block as well. The only bad thing about the stretch is you can't flip it because it is an RPO. Then as we go down here, we have the power play, which is also not able to be flipped, but it's another good play. And then we have the dive play right there, which you can flip, and it is pretty effective. So basically what I'm gonna do is run these plays for you, as well as show you guys which plays I like to run based on what the defense comes out in. So be sure to stick around throughout this video, so hopefully you can learn some extra tips about what plays you should be running. So as we come out right here, we see that the defense isn't giving us the middle of the field very much. Like, the middle of the field isn't too open, so I'm not going to run the dive play, so I'm either going to run stretch or power, and I'll just come out and stretch here, and if the blocking develops, you can see that we can get to the edge, and on the first play, we're able to pick up a solid 15 yards. Now, I'd recommend you guys honestly come into practice mode and try these as well, because you can also work on your stick skills in practice mode here, as this time we get absolutely bottled up and laid out there. But the middle of the field wasn't too open, so I had to run to the edge. Now, I can show you guys what the dive play looks like. It is pretty effective as the left side of the field was open, so I decided to run the dive, and we're able to pick up about 15 yards right there. The dive play is actually really good, so I would definitely recommend you guys don't underestimate the dive. A lot of people like to run outside, but this dive play is really solid, so I would definitely recommend you guys use it, and bang, if you can swerve like kind of through the safeties, and you can get by them, you can break it off all the way for a touchdown run. As again, like, you can see that the defense is kind of slanting to the right side, or shifted to the right side, because we have the heavy set on the right. But this weak dive play is going to just gash them because they don't have any defenders out there, as that time we get bottled up. But you can see we've been ripping off runs of like 10 and 15 yards pretty consistently. I'll show you guys the power play. Personally, my least favorite play out of the three is the power play, just because the stretch is the kind of like the meta right now, and the blocking just develops better on stretches. But the power play is something you can run if you want to just mix it up. As we'll continue to run the dive here, as the edge was pretty open, and we actually get a nice little missed tackle, and we're able to pick up about 20 yards right there. So if you can break one tackle on the edge, maybe you have like Bo Jackson or something like that, you just throw out a nice little stiffy, and you can get right by that guy and pick up huge yards, because you're basically just going to be one-on-one with a corner with a stretch, as that time our O-lineman misses a block and we get blown up in the backfield. But otherwise, we've been really consistent with picking up yards, as the right side looks like it should be a bit open, and we're able to break one tackle and throw out the stiff arm and gain 5 yards. So that's what I was saying, you're going to be up against corners a lot of the time, so you're going to be able to hopefully stiff arm them and pick up some extra yards, as right here the open spot is the B gap. So I'm actually going to run this power play. Usually I wouldn't, and unfortunately the blocking doesn't develop at all. The power is something that you can run if you want, but it's just not my preferred play. As this time we're going to try and run the weak side dive. We can see if hopefully the blocking develops. We hit the hole pretty well. Rip off a nice little spin move. We get hit sticked, but we're able to pick up solid yards. And then obviously if you have Marcus Allen with evasive right there, you're going to be able to pick up way more yards because your spin move's just going to be so much more crisp. As we kind of cut to the outside, let's see if we can hurdle this guy. We can't, but we pick up good yards, and that was against obviously man up 3 deep, so that's not very relatable. That doesn't happen too much in real games. I'll just keep on running this. It's just good practice, honestly, for your stick skills, as we get blown up there after gaining 5 yards, but we're gaining consistent yards here. We're ripping off some solidly long runs, as well as just gaining consistent 5 yards, stuff like that, as we try and spin inside, and Dalvin's breaking tackles and picking up good yards. For a solid gain of like 15 right there. This time, again, I'm going to run the stretch to the right as the blocking just develops beautifully, and we can't, oh, we do break the tackle with Dalvin, and that's going to be another touchdown. I think we picked up a couple touchdowns with these run plays. So you can see that this run play is super fire, and yeah, honestly, really nice run scheme. Hopefully the Saints can have some type of run scheme as good as this, because we don't have Drew Brees anymore, so we're gonna need something good. But we pick up solid yards right there. And yeah, let me know what team you're a fan of in the comment section as well. Let me know if your team won last week, how you're doing. If you're a Saints fan, let me get some support in the comment section, because we're gonna need it for these next few weeks. Hopefully you can win a few games without Drew, but yeah. I'll just keep on running this scheme here. And telling you guys what reads I want to make. So the left side of the field is pretty locked up, so we're going to have to run stretch to the right, as they were actually blitzing everyone, and you can kind of get around that corner if you're a speedy back like Dalvin, or maybe you have someone like Gale Sayers if you have a really good team, and you can get to the edge. And we're even running against TJ Watt, who's a pretty solid run stuffer, as right there we try and make a little stop and go move on the safety, but we're not able to pull it off in time. But we still pick up good yards. This time, obviously, we're going to run the dive. I'm actually going to flip it this time just because the right side of the field looks more open, and that was a mistake. I probably shouldn't have flipped it. But you guys can flip the dive, obviously, if you want to. Like, let's say they're totally loaded up on the left side and the middle is open on the right. You can flip the dive. As we're just going to run stretch here, and we get a nice little combo block on the edge, a nice little juke, and we can't pull off the juke inside, but hey, let's try and rip off one more touchdown run, and then I'm going to end off this video. And be sure to check out the run defense video that I post in the next couple days, just because running the ball in Madden is so OP, so you need to have a good run defense to stop it. So that video in the next couple days is going to help you guys, as this is when you want to run the dive. You see the left side of the field is pretty open right there, as they actually do get a block shed, so we haven't ripped off a 10-yard run in a while. So let's rip off a long run here. Left side of the field is looking pretty open. Hopefully the O-line can hold their blocks, as they can't, and we still pick up a few yards, but we haven't picked up a huge run in a while, so that's a bit disappointing. Let's see if we can rip one off here. Let's try and run the stretch to the right. We have a huge hole, and we're able to kind of swerve through there and pick up good yards, and we can showboat. Or we can't showboat in time, but we can get into the end zone. So yeah, I'll actually just keep on running this a few more times, just because it's good practice for my stick. So why not? You can also obviously throw the square route if you want. If you're not as bad as I am, you could throw that RPO, but I don't really recommend it. I don't really recommend throwing RPOs too much in this game, so you probably just want to come out and run the ball. Obviously, that's what it's made for. You can make a move on the safety, and if you can get by them like we did right there, if we were to stay on our feet, obviously you're off and galloping to the end zone, especially if you have someone really fast like Dalvin Cook. You can bust off long runs, as that time it was kind of glitchy. We got hit in the backfield. But yeah, we're just picking up consistent yards with this play. As we run stretch here, I probably should have run dive, and we get stuffed in the backfield. I believe that's actually the first time in this entire video that we got stuffed in the backfield. So yeah, just going to continue running this. Hopefully we can get better blocking, as for some reason the O-line is just not blocking for me right now. They got to pick it up here. So here we go. We have a pretty good formation to run against. We're going to run the dive to the right side, and if we can pick up some good blocks, yeah, we can pick up good yards, as Dalvin stays on his feet and he's still chugging. And we're into the end zone there. We're into the end zone with Dalvin Cook. So yeah, really good run scheme. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you want, leave me suggestions down below for what type of videos you guys do want to see, because obviously I want to make tips or content that helps you guys, as we try to do a little stop and go right there and it doesn't work. I need to perfect my stick skills a bit more. They're not as good as where they need to be. But yeah, let me know what videos you want to see down below in the comment section. If you want more pass-oriented stuff, you want more running stuff, you want some defense or mutt tips, just let me know what you guys want to see down below in the comment section, because obviously I want to make videos that you guys want to see, as well as obviously ones that I want to make. But see if we can pull off a juke inside, as we can't right there with Dalvin. But you can see we're consistently getting like 15 yards with this little scheme, little run scheme right here. So yeah, that's going to be the video. Let's try and rip off a long run for the last play here, as we're able to break a tackle. Dalvin, get around the edge, big fella, as he's chugging all the way inside the 10. So that's going to be the video. Hopefully you did enjoy. Drop a like down below, and until next time, I'm out.